to a brand new episode of Confessions with Lo. Before we get into the video, make sure you are subscribed, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on your post bell notifications. I would say leave a comment. You can go ahead and leave a comment. You can go ahead and leave a comment right now. You can go ahead and do that. So let's get into this first confession. So this one says ninjas ain't part 2, and this is a part 2 too. I gotta go back and remember what episode this was, but remember the girl who found out her guy was messing with her best friend, and like, remember her best friend, she called her best friend Drag. Remember her and Drag had went to the club and she introduced her boyfriend, or was it her boyfriend, her dude, to her best friend, and they was acting all weird. And then she got home and she found out, like, she went through his phone when they, you know, like, got back to the crib, and her best friend was in her man phone, and she said something like, "Oh, I just love how you tried to embarrass me in front of my best friend." Hold on, y'all. Hello. Let me see if I could go to the first one just so we can get a refresh. And y'all, I don't want to like have to reread the whole first one, but you know, like, basically, yeah, like, that's the gist of it. Like, they went to the club, introduced one another, they was acting weird towards each other. They was arguing, and yeah, she basically found out that the best friend was messing with the man. Okay, so this is a part 2. So she said, okay, first I'm gonna say this. Pissy is basically another name for bad attitude, which is why I named him that, because some people was confused in the comments, my bad. So she said, after seeing the messages and dropping my phone on his head, I sent a couple punches to his body. He jumped up out of bed with the typical, what the fuck was that for? And truthfully, I didn't have the energy to argue with him. So instead of arguing, I made my way to the closet and started throwing his out while explaining what the fuck I seen in his phone in the calmest way possible. You know a woman is done whenever you do something and she's calm about it. Like, at least with me, like with old situations, like, I've been and checked out mentally. Like, if I'm calm, I'm not even yelling at you no more. Oh, it's up for you, buddy. I'm done. So she said, of course, he denied everything, but I wasn't trying to hear any of it. So I started throwing his shit out onto the porch. Him and her had me fucked up. Me throwing out his shit would mean get out, right? Why did this nigga sat on my couch talking about I'm gonna have to get somebody for him because he wasn't going nowhere? He started calling me all types of bitches and hoes, saying that he wouldn't have had to cheat had I had been doing what girlfriends do. What? Side note, I was actually a very good girlfriend. He just expected me to do wife things, and he didn't pay for that package, therefore it wasn't open. Sis said, you gotta upgrade the subscription if you want more access to stuff. What are you talking about? And I love that, because I used to be a girlfriend doing wife stuff, and don't do that. Don't do that. So she said, like I said before, I didn't feel like explaining myself or talking about it, but I knew he was serious about not leaving. The last time I caught myself kicking him out, I locked my doors and left the house, came home, and he was sitting on my bed waiting for me. Later, I found out that he broke my window to get in. Anyway, instead of going through that route, again, I decided to just text my 2 brothers. It was rare for me to even get them involved because, truthfully, I could definitely handle him on my own. It just got to the point that I was too tired to fight, and the emotions were starting to kick in. Soon enough, they arrived, and all that big shit he was talking flew out the window. Now he was broing them to death. Man, bro, you know how I feel about your sister. I would never do her like that. Just lying. He was full of shit. So anyways, my brothers ended up getting him out. The next day comes, and it was early in the morning, and I hadn't been to sleep. The whole night, I was just thinking about how I was going to beat Drag's ass. I just had to catch her. Then poof, like a light bulb came on. And I still had a spare key to her apartment. Oh, God. I made my way over there. I got there. I unlocked her house door quietly. I walked slowly to her room, pushed the door open, and you wouldn't believe who was in the damn bed. Little Bill himself. I don't know if it was me seeing them actually together sleeping with each other, or the fact that she was my best friend and he was supposed to be my boyfriend. So he left, he got kicked out of your house and he said, don't worry about it. I got someplace else I can go. What I tell y'all niggas gonna always have? Okay, yeah. He was supposed to be my boyfriend. That made me mad. Either way, I was pissed. I immediately grabbed Drag by her damn bonnet, yanking her out of bed, molly whopping the fuck out of her head. This hoe was windmilling, and I don't even think she could see me for the first half of the fight. Then pissy ugly ass jumped out of the bed per usual, trying to pull me off of her. I ended up bopping his head too. The fight lasted for a while before Pissy came to his senses, realizing that I wasn't going to stop beating Drag's ass. The last thing I remember is being thrown out their apartment, and I was satisfied though, because I got my ones. I'm not even going to hold you. I probably would have did the same exact thing, because not you being my best friend. That's really, really trifling. That was really, really, really trifling. He got kicked out of your shit and was like, don't worry, I got another bed I can go lay up in. Bye. My feelings would be hurt. Thank you for sending that in, friend. If you got any more stories about Pissy or Drag or whoever else, you can go ahead and send them in, because we would love to hear about it. That was a mess. So our good sis Tay is back, and this story says, Hips cheated but didn't think I would cheat back. So she said, hey Lo, it's Tay, I'm back again. I love you. You know I love you too, girl. I appreciate you so much for reading my stories. It really makes my day. I don't have any friends, so it just feels good to get these things out. Aw, I do see the comments. So yes, guys, the Nike bag story was petty. That's the point. I understood that, Tay. Some people understood, but some people didn't. It's okay. I left a lot out to make a long story short, but my home address and work address along with my phone number were all given out. There was no way I was about to stay silent when I was being harassed for days. I didn't start that situation, and I literally lived to piss people off, so I'm gonna win every time. However, I don't start with people unless they start with me. I was young and hurt and turned. We all do petty stuff, so let's just get into it. So she said, I started talking to Hips when I was 17 and she was 23. We were together for 2 years. We lived together. We worked 2 jobs together, and it was a lot. Hips and I started talking in July of 2020. It was a lot of back and forth on her side because of our 5.5-year age gap. Bracket, her best friend, called her a pedo, and her family said that I was too young for her. I ain't gonna lie, 23 and 17, that's a bit of a, yeah. Eventually, everybody got over it and grew to love me, but at the time, it was a big issue in our relationship, and I now understand why. So the first incident happened November 24th, 2020. Hips was asleep on FaceTime with me when I checked my messenger. Hips' ex-girlfriend Nunu sent me screenshots of Hips texting her sexually. The screenshots came from her friend's page because the first time she tried to text me, Hips blocked her. She made my Facebook and monitored my account and messages. Read screenshots 1 through 4 between me, Nunu, and Hips. Y'all know Tay gonna always tell me where to read the screenshots. Okay, so this, I'm assuming, yeah, is from Hips and Nunu. So somebody sent a picture, and okay, so I'm assuming, yeah, the blue is Nunu. Okay, so Nunu sent a picture, and Hips said, let me hit it from the back and pull your beads. And Nunu said, hit it from the back with a dead face emoji. She said, that's unfiltered and never finna pull these braids. Hips said, that was nice. That was nice. That was nice though. You suck. I'll choke you. What was nice? Question mark. Let me hit it from the back and pull your beads as you being nice. Laughing face emoji. Is that what you trying to say? I like getting choked properly. She said, I bet you do. And yeah. So she said, why? And she said, so Nunu said, why? And Hip said, because I'm dying. Nunu said, I ain't tell you I miss you today. I'm doing good. I miss you though. Laughing face emoji. Hip said, I miss you too. Come give me head and thanks. Nunu said, laugh my ass off. I already said I can't tonight, you horny ass dog. I can't after, but you gotta work. So Hip said, fuck your party, my see better. So Nunu said, you clowning. And then Hips said, I'm sorry, not for real. Wait, was that 4? 1, 2. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm only on the second screenshot. Okay, so this is the third one. So Nunu said, woo, I'm so sick of you saying that. I don't give a fuck about her. If I pull up and she there, oh well. When I miss you, I miss the next month. Could not finish. Wait, when I miss you, I miss you. The next month could not finna stop shit. She gonna be hurt more than me. Bye, good night. So Hip said, I talked to more than just y'all, 100 emoji, but good night. I'm confused. So she said, I talked to more than just y'all. So you cheating on your girlfriend and your side chick? I'm confused. So Nunu said, I don't care. Ain't nobody competition, man. You sleep good. Have a good day at work. So Hip said, LOL, you sure? Question mark, but okay. And Nunu said, my bad. That sounded rude. Man, find you somebody to play with. I don't care about who you talk to. So she said, okay, aggressive. And then Nunu said, facts, my guy. I'm going to text you when I'm off. And then this is just a screenshot of the friend sending the messages to Tay. And then she said, just in case you think she just for you, with the emoji. Oh, I would be sick as fuck. Okay, so let me go back. So Tay said, I instantly woke Hips up and sent her the screenshots. She convinced me that she didn't do anything with her and she was only texting her because she was bored and didn't want to put her all into me because I was so young. Hips blocked her. I now know she probably already knew about the messages because she blocked her the first time. Hips begged me all day at work to forgive her and that was supposed to be the end of Nunu. Nunu would pop up to Hips' house, call her private, call her around me, stalk her story to see if she was with me, and etc. Nunu even made it to a point to continue to be friends with Hips' siblings and get her mail delivered to Hips' house so she would have a reason to pop up. I'm not sure how I stayed during all the drama because it was extremely unnecessary, but I was young. However, this was when our relationship should have ended and I started to have trust issues. Woo! Fast forward, Nunu gets pregnant and has to tend to her babies, leaving her with no choice but to leave us alone. But at that point, the damage was done. Hips and I moved in together June 2021, and I'm not sure how, but eventually the relationship got violent. Hips would pick and choose when she wanted to be with me, regardless of the fact that we literally lived together and slept in the same bed every night. October 2021, she begins to mess with Mimi. Mimi artists, the people who act things out while talking. Like a meme art. Is it Mimi or meme? Meme artist? You know, like the people who like a praise dancer. Is that something to compare it to? Meme. Is it mime? Is it mime? Hold on. Because I'm so sick of saying stuff wrong and y'all probably be laughing at me. Is it mime or meme? Mime. Mime. Y'all heard? Mime. Okay, mime. My bad. Yes, like the praise that. Yeah, okay. I know some stuff. I named her that because she has a hard ass face. Nate. So she said screenshot number 5 is an example. Let me go to screenshot number 5. Oh, she just put this. Can y'all see this? I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's just a picture of like who she talk about. Okay, so anyway, I did not know about mime, but I'm sorry. Anyway, I did not know about mime, but mime knew about me. Mime and Hips messed around from October 2021 to January 2022. I eventually found out about her around December, and I cried my heart out at work to my coworkers. Everybody told me to leave her alone. I couldn't. We lived together. I just wasn't ready to let go. I literally sent her out of town with money, a paid off brand new iPhone 13 Max, and the personal essentials for her birthday while knowing she was talking to Mime. Oh, Tay, I can't even say nothing because, hi, if you're not new here, you know who Sean is. I can't never tell nobody they stupid for doing stuff with people in a relationship. I was dumb and in love. Even her family told me to leave. Damn. Once you start to understand the constant back and forth, once you start to understand the constant back and forth that Hips did, you will understand that the Nike bag situation only blew up because we had literally been in a love triangle for at least a year, and that was the first time Mime decided to personally reach out to me. Hips had to lie to her in order to save the relationship, leaving me with no choice but to get dragged in it. I left a lot out, so it may have seemed pointless and petty, but it was more than a Nike bag, LOL. I was being harassed before I asked for the bag. That was literally one isolated incident, as crazy as that may sound. One day in December, I got upset and put Hips out my bed. She went and bought her own bed and moved into the second room. We had a 2-bedroom apartment. This made it easier for her to have a relationship with Mime because she was only seeing her and texting her while I was working overnight, sleeping, or she had Mime go up to her job and vice versa. So January comes around and I get tired of the back and forth. I finally stood up for myself and told Hips that I didn't want to be with her if she wanted to be with Mime. This is when she begged to be with me again, and I fell for it. She blocked Mime on everything and started to focus on me. I didn't think I have to explain why Mime had animosity towards me. I don't think I have to explain why Mime had animosity towards me. Mind you, at this time, I only knew Mime by her initials because I glanced at his phone, and that's the same way I later found out about her name. But she knows my name. She saw Hips post me. She knew we lived together, and she knew we were still having sex. Everything. But the sides always know it all, so it's not that shocking. July 2022, she kicks me out because I'm no longer willing to entertain the idea of us being together, and for some reason, that's all that she wanted. She continues to reach out, begging to take me on dates, spend the night, etc. Unbeknownst to me, she had already rekindled her relationship with Mime and had sex with somebody else the week she kicked me out. Damn. I was in and out of the apartment until I got my own in September, so you can only imagine the back and forth that went on during that time. After I got my own apartment, Hips literally did anything and everything to try to make me upset. This is when she started to get disrespectful, and I blocked her. She would email me acting like it was something important that only I could help her with, asking me to unblock her number. I was too nice, so I did. I would help her, and slowly the conversation would get casual and she would get sexual and I would end it. This happened a couple times before the Nike bag situation. Now we reached the bag, and I asked her for the bag because Hips seemed cool and I had just helped her with something, so I thought it was a favor for a favor. It quickly went messy, and that was my fault. And this was not my fault. This was because Hips had to keep lying so Mime wouldn't know the conversations she was attempting to have with me. I also think Mime was waiting to say something to me, considering she knew about me for over a year at this point. Hips later admitted that she did. Hips knew if Mime came at me sideways, I would get upset instead of snitch, so that's exactly what she did. I left out that Mime kept calling me before she messaged me, and that's why I was so petty. I left the situation completely alone, but somehow got dragged back into it, and Hips gave out all of my information. At that point, I was upset, but I let it go. And when it died down, I was upset, but I let it go when it died down because not one time did I reach out to either one of them first. Months go by, and Hips emails me again asking for help, and I told her I would let her know. We talked about the Nike bag situation and how it blew up for no reason. She admitted she was wrong for it and it went too far. Somehow we get on the topic of if I cheated. I told her I did, and she got upset, so I told her I was just playing. Cheaters never want to be cheated on. I know that's right. It's like, you can cheat on me 50 bazillion times. But as soon as I even look at a nigga, entertain a nigga, now you want to yourself. Like, stop it. I told her that I would never snitch on myself. I play innocent for a reason. I then thought to myself, if I told her something small, she couldn't be that mad, so we got on FaceTime. I shared my screen and showed her dates of when we were living together. I was living a double life with the handsome, who she now knows about. I showed her everything. She accidentally saw our sex tape. I was tired of the back and forth that went on for years. I wanted to hurt her how she hurt me. She hung up in my face, and after that, I left her alone. She was upset and called me a hoe, but I didn't care. She did her dirt, but didn't expect me to do mine. She was controlling, and everybody saw it. That was the one time I really took control. I ended up seeing a TikTok saying you have to get your get back in peace because you have to be content with knowing what you did, not to prove a point. I sent her the TikTok and she hearted it and hasn't contacted me since. I've been happier since then. If I knew I couldn't ask for my bag, I would have told her I cheated a long time ago. Sometimes I wonder if I should have told her I lost my virginity there, but I don't count. I lost my virginity there, but I don't count it because Lil Dude could not get it up on 3 separate occasions. Another story for another time. Please send that. Say please send that. Everything wasn't that bad though, LOL. We bonded from the ATL story time. I skipped town with her, and my parents popped up at my job, LOL. And so many other stories. My life was so eventful, but it has calmed down now. I am so far removed from that relationship, which is why I chose to write about it. I'm not petty for no reason. I don't like the mess, nor do I like to drag things out. I just didn't like to be bothered because I can't stop once I get up there. I'm going to troll just because you bothered me, plain and simple. I do not get tired. Thank you for your time to read this. I tried to keep it as short as possible. Love you, girl. Love you too, Tay. Tay life used to be very entertaining. But I love how, like, you have stories to tell from like your old relationship, but your life is like so good now, and like you're so content and you're happy. So it's like I don't have no more drama stories to tell because like I'm in a healthy relationship. I love that. So thank you once again, Tay. We love you over here. And the last story I'm gonna read, this one says, Halloween parties and black eyes, the ghetto. So they said, hey girl, I love you so much. I hope you enjoy my story and possibly get some laughs out of this. Leo gang gang. Yes, gang gang. So they said, let me go ahead and set the scene for y'all. I was freshly 21 and it was the day of Halloween. Me and my girls were ready to dress cute and go out. We all met up at my friend Stacy's house, fake name. I decided to dress like a sexy vampire. I had red contacts. Ooh, red contacts. That's scary. I had red contacts, fake fangs, the good kind, not the little plastic ones that don't fit in nobody's mouth, and a cute, sexy outfit to tie it all in. I was looking good as fuck, and so are the 5 of my homegirls. At the time, we didn't have any plans as to where we were going, but we knew that eventually somebody would hit us up with a party. We were all sitting there pre-gaming when I got a text from my aunt that's 2 years older than me. She said that she had a party on the east side and wanted me and my girls to come through. We all chugged our last drink, gathered our things, and hopped in my car. Don't drink and drive, y'all. Please don't drink and drive. We arrive at the party, and as soon as we walk in, all eyes are on us. All the guys sitting there staring with their mouths on the floor, and the females are looking at us, trying to figure out who invited us. I just imagine like this like a movie scene, like you and your crew walk in and it's like slow motion and you like scanning the room and all the guys like, and all the girls like, and you just standing there like. She said, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but me and my girls were looking fire as fuck that night and every night. My aunt finally walks up to us, gave us all a hug, and directs us to the kitchen so we can take a shot. We were there for a while, mingling with everybody and playing beer pong. It was most definitely a good time, but one of my homegirls said that she got the Addy for a mansion party in the hills. I told my aunt about the party, and she said she was down to leave with us. We said our goodbyes to everyone, but before we head out, I have to use the bathroom, so I gave my aunt the keys and told them to just wait for me in the car. This is where shit got crazy, y'all. When I walk out to my car, I see my aunt and my girls waiting for me and some random dude chilling in the driver's seat trying to talk to my aunt. Immediately, I get mad because who are you and why are you in my car? I walk up to the car and politely ask him to get out of the driver's seat. He gets out, I sit down, but he's still standing by the door, not letting me close it. He then proceeds to try to flirt with me like you weren't just flirting with my aunt. You can kindly close the door and leave, sir. After a while, me and him going back and forth, telling him to close my door, he's not taking the hint. So I put my foot right on his chest and extend my leg as far as I can to get him away from me. He then tried to slam the door on my leg. This pissed me off. I'm so mad and I'm going off on him so much to the point where I didn't even notice a female walk up beside him at the time. Then I hear, "You good?" I guess this was her homeboy. Once I turned to look at her, I realized that I know this chick. We went to high school together. She was a senior and I was just a freshman when I had met her and her homegirls. After hanging out with them for a while, I realized that they were in a gang and they were basically trying to make me a part of it. I stopped hanging out with them because I wasn't interested in that type of lifestyle. Long story short, they were upset about it. Once I realized it was her, I responded with, "Yeah, we're good. Is this your boy?" Then she said, "Yeah, this my boy. What's up?" Usually when people say what's up like that, they want to fight. But I was genuinely confused because I didn't know if she wanted to fight or if she was just asking like what happened. So then I responded, "What do you mean, what's up?" Next thing I know, I get punched in my left eye out of nowhere and I start swinging on two bitches. Immediately, my girls and my aunt get out of the car. I was gonna say, now you with 5-6 people at this point, or it was 5 including you, or it don't matter, you with a whole bunch of people. Why is they not jumping in? Immediately, my girls and my aunt get out of the car and rush in to help. Little did we know, her whole crew was there and we were outnumbered. Oh Lord. Every time they took a bitch off of me, another one came rushing in. I was doing good too at first until my goofy ass tripped over my own foot and fell in between two cars. Times like this, I really hate being pigeon-toed. Thanks, Mom. Immediately, I made sure to put my head under one of the bumpers so they couldn't get to my face. I grabbed them both by the hair and brought them as close to me as possible so that they had no room to swing on me. Girl, I was laying there praying that they weren't wearing wigs or something, because if they got free, it was over for me. It was probably so fucking funny to see, but at that moment, nobody was laughing. Next thing I know, I hear my homegirl Stacy yell my name and say, "Close your eyes." The girl maced these bitches in the face and they scattered like roaches. I know that's right, Stacy. I honestly thought that after that they would have been done, but these bitches must have been on some powder or something, because they wiped their eyes and they wanted more. Definitely smoking something, snorting something, you're doing something, because there's no way I'm getting maced in my face and then I'm wiping it off like, "I still want to play." Got here. I looked around and knew that we needed to leave now or shit was about to get real. I told them all to jump in my car and we're leaving. As soon as everybody gets in the car, I lock the door. All of them run up to my car and started kicking and yelling, "We're gonna you," ooh, I can't say that, "bitches, I promise you next time it's on site." I put the car in drive and peeled off, tires smoking and all. Once we start driving off, my crazy ass aunt kept saying, "Drive back and run the bitches over." I told her no and that we're lucky nobody got seriously hurt. The next day, I woke up with a pounding hangover and a black eye. My dumbass forgot to take my red contacts out, so when I looked in the mirror, I scared the shit out of myself. Me and my homegirls all ordered breakfast and we're just talking about everything that happened that night. While scrolling on Facebook, I noticed that one of the girls from that group just posted something saying last night was fun and we need to do that again. I showed the group and we all check our inboxes. My homegirl Stacy got a message from them crazy ass bitches saying, "Y'all jumped me. We need a round 2 and that we can end it after that." Are these hoes serious? They're yelling about how they were going to stab us next time. We said no, we're good, but they wouldn't let it go. We didn't see any of them after that until New Year's, but that's another story for another time. Thank you so much, girl, for reading the story. I hope y'all enjoyed it. So go ahead and send in the part 2 to that. Don't care how long ago it was. Go ahead and, because I want to know what happened after that, because what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Y'all got jumped. Y'all jumped them. They didn't jump you. Like, y'all outnumbered them. And y'all talking about y'all finna somebody. What do y'all mean y'all got jumped? That was a lot. That was a mess. This is why I'm so heavy on, ladies, please have protection with you, because yeah, at this point in my life, you would never catch me fighting anybody. I will protect myself by any means necessary, or I'm just call 911. I'm not finna be fighting nobody. But yeah, that was crazy. So go ahead and send in what happened after that, y'all. These are some good stories today. These are some good confessions. I love that. Somebody said in another video, like, every episode like just gets better. That's what I want. Like, I want the stories to get juicier and juicier every single time. Every single time. I love that. So yeah, y'all, that's the end of that. Let's talk about it in the comments. Make sure you are subscribed. You give this video a thumbs up. Turn on your post bell notifications. If you want to send me a confession, send it to the email in the description box. And I'm gonna see y'all next week for 2 brand new videos.